Alright, we got here a 2006, what is this, a Toyota Corolla. Customer complaint is it's not charging. So they put in 2 alternators. They put 2 different brands. Well, now it's they put a, what is this, a Duralast, a Reman, and a quality build. Oh, so I'm not sure, is the original one back in there? I don't know. Let's see. No, so there's definitely a new one installed. I think this is the quality build one. Alright, let's see. Let me get a booster on here. What in the world is this? Okay, this I've never seen. Instead of replacing the terminal, they... Why? Because they have a different battery in here? Yeah, this is the wrong battery. This thing's a 35, either a group 35 or a 24F, which would have the terminals the other way. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. All right, let me get a booster. So this is the other way. So this is, all right. We got 11 volts. Let's start this thing up. Alright, starts right up. Does not sound great, but the charging light's not on. Are we charging? We're at 12.6, 12.7. If I turn this off, we're at 13.2, so we are charging. And 13.5. We have a voltage drop from here to there, but the alternator is definitely charging. I don't know what is going on here. We just get this thing back to stock. This is a new terminal and a new battery, the right battery. But it seems like it's charging. Alright, let's see. Volts, DC. Alright, so add the battery, we got 11.6. So we're not charging here. Alright, now we're not charging. Why was this showing us that we're charging? No, it's not. Okay, so it was charging for a little bit and then it stopped. Does that mean the belt's loose? Oh no, it's one of the automatic tensioners. Yeah, let me shut it off. Look at the diagram. Battery light's still not on. So, let's check a diagram. Alright, let's get a diagram for this. What do we have? We have the battery, feeds a fusible link. Goes to the alternator fuse, and that will go straight to the ignition, the battery terminal. Fine. Then we have an alternator S fuse. Alright. A gauge fuse, which is ignition input. The S must be the signal. And then we have the charge indicator, which gets grounded on the... It turns the charge indicator on when there's ground on that yellow wire. So we got to check for... We have a hot at all time power there, and then ignition power, and then that yellow wire should turn on the signal inside. Go to ground at the battery. If I hit a power, it lights up. Does that light up? Yes. Let's see. So the yellow wire is coming from... Alright, these two both have powers. That means both fuses are good. Now this should light up the battery light. Let's see. Yeah, battery light's on right over here. Let me take away that test light. And it's off. Okay, so that's all working. So it means we got everything. Let's just plug this in and see if it turns that light on. Yeah. Alright, so those pins are good. Let's start it up. And we got no power. Alright, we're not charging. Let me raise the RPM maybe. See if I get anything charging out of this. Alright. And it stalled. Alright, so it does charge when we're spinning faster. What's this thing idling at? Oh, it's idling very low. Let's clean the throttle body. Alright, let's see if that did anything. Okay. Here. Alright, now we're idling a little higher. And we're charging at 13.2, 13.3. Yeah, it's still stalling out. I gotta get this battery back to stock and see why the engine light's on. Let it run for a little bit. Alright, so right now at the alternator we have like 13.2. It's not great, but you know, not as bad as before. And at the battery we have 12.7. So we got a voltage drop. Let's see, is it on the power side or the ground side? Well, on the power side we have half a volt missing from here to here. So let's go down to here. And we got another 100 millivolts less. So we definitely have a problem from here to here. Alright. And the rest of it goes through a fuse over here. This is the actual wire. We have to clean this up. We don't have a choice. We gotta put a new terminal in here, get a new battery in, and this thing should be good. I mean, I don't know, there might be other issues. 12.7, and what do we have? The alternator as it heats up? 13.2. So we're still at the same 13.2, but we're definitely lower at the battery. I want to see if we can get the right battery in the terminal. Alright, so we got 12.7 at the alternator. And if I rev it up, it goes up to 14 and it stays there. And it's not idling low now. So we have a 400 millivolt drop from this connection over here. So like over here we have very little. He said the customer came in like this. He bought the car for very cheap recently. Well, now you know why. He said it's missing there's an oil leak in it over here. It's missing a bolt. The alternator came in, he showed me the original one. There was no bolt. This is the original alternator, covered in oil. There was no bolt holding in the top thing. It was just, where is it? It was just wedged in with a cracked bolt. It is pulling out like, it's putting out 38 amps, I think, out of the alternator. Let me see. Yeah, like 39 amps out of the alternator. So it could be just because this battery has to charge. So he's gonna put a new terminal, new battery, and we should be good to go. Now it revs up fine once I let the battery charge a little bit. All right, thanks for watching.
All right, so we put in a new battery, we put in a new terminal, and now it's charging at 14.1 volts, which is perfect. Thank you, Laser.